I've seen countless cases walk into my courtroom, but every now and then a case comes in that looks simple on the surface until you start peeling back the layers. This is one of those cases. Two dog owners, a peaceful dog park, one sudden incident, and now a claim on injury that could have been avoided or maybe not. The question is not just what happened, but who, if anyone, is responsible when control is willingly given up. Because when you let dogs run free, you're also letting unpredictability run free. And that's where this case begins. The plaintiff, Ms. Haggard, came into court claiming that the defendant's dog caused serious injury to her greyhound. She described the incident as a bite, something intentional, aggressive, and preventable. But in my courtroom, claims need proof, not emotion, not assumptions, proof. Because the difference between a bite and a collision isn't just semantics, it's liability. Now, Ms. Haggard had been taking her dog to the park for over 3.5 years, daily. That tells me she's not new to the environment. She understands how dog parks work. Dogs off-leash, running freely, interacting unpredictably. And when you do something daily, you accept a level of risk that comes with it, whether you realize it or not. Her dog, a greyhound, a beautiful, fast, but delicate breed, about 65 pounds. Not a small dog, but not built for rough play either. Greyhounds are known for their thin skin and sensitivity. That becomes important later, because not all dogs are built the same, and that matters in situations like this. On the other side, we have Mr. Yoakum. Not one dog, not two, but 4 dogs at the park that day. 3 German Shepherds and 1 elderly Samoyed. 4 large dogs, all off-leash, all moving freely in a shared space. That already tells me something important. Control is limited. The incident happened on a Sunday morning, early, the kind of time when dog parks are active. Dogs excited, energy high, movement everywhere. According to both parties, the dogs were not restrained. No leash, no immediate control. That's a key factor. Now, I asked the defendant a very simple question. Did you see what happened? Not what you think happened, not what you believe your dog intended, just what you saw. Because facts matter. Observations matter. Opinions don't. He described what he called fence behavior. Dogs rushing toward the fence, reacting to outside stimuli. That's common. Dogs feed off each other's energy. One runs, others follow. It becomes a chain reaction. And in that chaos, control disappears. According to him, Miss Haygood's dog was running at high speed across the park, around 30 miles per hour. Then suddenly, the dog veered. A change in direction, unexpected. And that's when his German Shepherd, Nala, collided with her. He didn't say bite, he said collision. A T-bone impact to the side of the greyhound. Now, whether that distinction matters depends on evidence, because a bite implies intent, a collision implies accident. When I looked at the evidence presented, there was no formal veterinary report, only a bill, a treatment plan. That's not enough to establish cause. It tells me what was done, but not definitively why it was needed. Then came the explanation about collars. The defendant admitted his dog had tags, chains, potentially sharp objects. That raises a question. Even if it was a collision, could those objects have caused the injury? Possibly. But again, possibility is not proof. Interestingly, the defendant did something most people don't. He called the plaintiff after the incident. Why? Because he felt bad. That's human. That shows concern. But concern is not an admission of guilt. At first, he was willing to take some responsibility. But then came the claim that his dog bit hers. And that changed everything, because now it's no longer about an accident, it's about blame. And here's where the case shifts, because now I have 2 versions of the same event. One says bite, the other says collision. No prior history of aggression, no official reports, no solid evidence tipping the scale. And in a situation like that, I have to look at something deeper than just the incident itself. So I asked myself, what responsibility do people carry when they bring their dogs into an uncontrolled environment? Because that's what a dog park is. Controlled chaos at best. Both dogs were off-leash. Both owners admitted that. That means neither dog was under immediate physical control. No one could intervene within seconds. And that matters legally. If one dog had been restrained and the other not, that's a different case. Here, both parties made the same decision, to let their dogs run free. And with that decision comes shared risk. Now, the plaintiff didn't present any evidence that the defendant's dog had a history of aggression. No reports, no complaints, no prior incidents. That's critical, because liability often depends on prior knowledge. damage. If someone knowingly brings a dangerous dog into a public space, that's negligence. But if there's no history, no warning signs, then we're dealing with an isolated incident. And isolated incidents in uncontrolled environments are tricky, because accidents happen, especially when animals are involved. Animals don't think like we do. They react instinctively. The plaintiff argued that her dog's injury was severe, and I don't doubt that. But severity doesn't automatically assign blame. The cause matters. The circumstances matter more. Then came the discussion about greyhounds. Thin skin, high sensitivity. The defendant even said that another breed might not have been injured the same way. That may be true, but it doesn't create liability, because the law doesn't adjust responsibility based on fragility. It looks at behavior, control, negligence. And in this case, I didn't see negligence. What I saw was two dogs running freely in a high-energy environment. One sudden movement, one collision, and an unfortunate outcome. Could it have been prevented? Yes, if the dogs were leashed, if they weren't in a dog park. But that wasn't the choice either party made. People often forget that freedom comes with consequences. You can't enjoy the benefits of an open dog park and then ignore the risks that come with it. And that's the lesson here. When you take your dog into an environment where control is limited, you are accepting a level of unpredictability. You are agreeing, whether you say it or not, that things might go wrong. So, in my judgment, this was not a case of one irresponsible owner versus a responsible one. This was a shared decision, a shared risk, and unfortunately, a one-sided consequence. My ruling was simple. The defendant is not liable, because when both parties release control, they also release the ability to place blame, unless there is clear evidence of wrongdoing. And in this case, there wasn't. The real takeaway, if you want absolute safety, you don't rely on chance. You take control, because once you let go of it, you also let go of certainty. Case closed.